Hello, sir. Good
Hello.
evening. Congratulations on your 30 years of teaching, a very,
Uh,
very big milestone.
Thank you so much. Not yet. It happens only on Saturday. So it's
We
yeah.
are out here and people online, everybody is looking forward to it.
Oh, thank
And
you.
considering your humongous contribution to music, to society, to humanity, everybody's super excited.
I'm also very, very happy. In fact, as you know, when we are talking about having a camp now, I, we were talking about February. At that time, it hadn't struck me. It's later that I discovered, oh, yeah, actually, first my experience in teaching was 1995, February. So,
Mhm.
so
3 decades, not a mean task at all.
yeah,
How did you know that, you have a calling for teaching?
it's strange. There are two things I instinctively did like really well right from the beginning. One is driving and one is teaching. So I had no experience before. So from the first time, see, for example, I learned French. I learned French. I did only the first basic course, which is very basic. But I have helped around six, seven others when they did French, and all of them scored above 90. So it is not just music, but teaching ability is something. So which I didn't know, but I discovered that I had it in various contexts, various occasions. I discovered that. So it's a blessing actually to receive. Learning is of course the most important thing, because without learning, that we don't have anything to teach. No, so I was very fortunate to learn a lot and assimilate a lot from my gurus, from my own efforts, and whatever. So, when I have this much material, then it's a pleasure to teach and see at least a few people get it right. Then it's a immeasurable feeling of joy when people understand, and uh, even repeating correctly itself is a big deal, but when they actually understand, then it's a different level. There are some people who don't sing at all but who attend my classes and keep quiet, adults mostly. They sometimes get more from these sessions than actual singing people do, because of the sensitivity, maturity, insight, and life experiences.
Absolutely. In fact, the way you, like many people, when they register for a workshop, they ask, so we are beginner level or we just have so
I,
many years of learning. But I think that's unique, or at least from what my observation, it's unique to your sessions that everybody is welcome, irrespective of age. So you have 2-year-olds, you have 80-year-olds, and then you have a wide range of people, people who are musicians, non-musicians like me also. So many people who come, they benefit, and there are some just rasikas, like most of us are, who just like it's like somebody's doing something well. It's good to watch, it's good to hear, it's good to experience and be part of that room.
yeah.
So that I think is your USP or specialty that I have observed.
No, it's nice. But there is a Romanian conductor called Sergiu Celibidache, who's one of my many very, very big heroes. So he would have a performance. Suppose he had a performance on October 1st, means he would go to that city in July. And whole of August, September, 2 months he would have rehearsals. So it would be just one symphony. So the other conductors would come 2 days before the performance and have two rounds of rehearsal, and that's it. But Chelibidake, but so because of that, he was not very popular, because the orchestra members, they wanted more performances and correspondingly more greater earnings. While with this man, for 2 months, they had nothing. They just have to work on this one symphony, but note by note, line by line. It is unbelievable what he did. And that entire process, 2 months of rehearsals would be open to public. So you can really see brick by brick the edifice of this grand symphony by Bruckner or somebody like that getting constructed. So once we go through that process, that piece becomes, it's not like we remember, it gets dissolved into our whole system, very system, and it becomes part of us. So some of my sources of inspiration are people like that. So I feel, and I don't know Western classical music, but it's such a fascinating thing to see a master in work like that. So that I like. In fact, in YouTube, there are these videos wins and fails. So fail videos are very funny, but there are these wins. Some
Mhm.
people do in a basketball player, for example, there's a basket behind me, and I'm just walking and just you chuck a ball and it goes and drops in the basket. Mostly they're physical feats, but it's amazing just to see somebody do something really well, even if it's not our field. But when it's music, the combination of emotion plus cerebral material plus the technical aspect, the lyrics, the music, the rhythm, the thoughts left to us by the great masters. So much is there. It's not just we just sing one song. We can sing like that. We just sing one song mindlessly, then it's wasted. That whole purpose is wasted. If we just sing a song without really caring about the lyrics, without knowing anything about the composer, without trying to get close to the meaning of the lyrics, the correct pronunciation, the voice modulation, it should evoke something. Otherwise, it will be just one. You can't say it is wrong, but it's not right either. There's no flavor, like a plastic flower. No, plastic flower would be perfect. It won't
No
fade, but
fragrance.
it won't have any fragrance either. Like that, there is a lot of music going around like that also. Each to his own. So
True. In fact, that's, I think, people who just don't know Carnatic, and even your concerts, when one sits, it's you get transported, because when you are singing a song, it's not just lyrics or hand-me-downs past generations. You try to understand the meaning, and you try to do justice to the language, the Kavi Hridayam, like you say.
Kaveri
So
Kaveri
that when it comes, it actually adds value, and that you try to put in your lecdems and workshops as
classes.
well. So that's quite a takeaway. And in your journey, I think you started with one student, you've done immense workshops. You have a star only disciple, Vidushi Amrita Venkatesh, and you've actually geared and speared around villages and remote areas in the country, outside the country, across several, I think, just like 3 decades of learning. 30 countries or something you have globetrotted and taught is, or at least something around that figure. So, how has it been, people who are well versed with Indian music, people who are not exposed to it, but you still manage to steer through human minds and human hearts? How do you
Mm.
manage to do that?
That, in our field, uh, if you look at mind and heart, for example, because we have so much that is technical, unfortunately, in the general mainstream Carnatic music, there's a lot of excess development of the brain and complete ignoring the heart. That happens a lot. So it'll be like very, very technical. People do stuff with rhythm and speed and mathematical calculations and whatever, which are fascinating, mind-boggling, but uh, which might not have much relevance artistically or even aesthetically. So it is not only about uh, just being moved to tears every time. It's a combination of both. If it's only brain or if it's only heart, somebody's so emotional, like when they say Rama, actually they start crying, Rama, Rama, like that. Then it's like, okay, that person is getting moved, okay, but what do we get? No? So both, it's a nice balance of emotion and intellect. If we can strike that, then it will be very, 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 not only in Carnatic music, in any music, but in Carnatic music, generally speaking, from the Sari, Sari, Sarigama, we learned the Talams and the Alankaram and whatever. So the way we are taught itself is to strengthen ourselves technically. And at the not beginning stages, most stages, most gurus don't care about the lyrics or the bhavam of the feeling. So bhavam, some the people who do talk about bhavam, they also mostly kind of make it unidimensional. Bhavam means just crying. So it's not only crying. I mean, laughing is a bhavam also. We feel exhilarated, we feel thrilled, no? Or it's something so tender like a lullaby, for example, or a romantic song about it. So many feelings are there. So this particular session, as you have attended my other sessions also, normally what I do is that I teach songs which the students may not get easily from many other sources and sometimes from any other source. So that is, I don't teach like Vatapi Ganapatim Pajeham or Deva Deva Kalayami or some song which people can learn from other sources also normally. And I don't fix in advance what I teach, except now we had a session with Vox Guru. So they designate Hindolam and Hamsanadimi. So, okay, so I have to sing Hindolam. Or if it's a thematic session with only Maharaja Swathi Thirunal compositions or M.D. Ramanathan or Balamurali Krishna, something like then it's fixed more. But otherwise, we did, last year, exactly this time, last week of February, I had a session in Dubai. So I was told that there will be a lot of small kids. So teach Western Notusarams or something. So I just went expecting that. Then the group assembled, they random people, not from one school or one guru. Different people came. And the level was so good. So that on the spot, I changed what I thought I would teach and taught them Kedaram Tyagaraja Guru Mashre by M.D. Ramanathan and Bala Muralikrishna Sir's Kuntala Varali Tillana and all that. With the small 3 sessions because they could pick up. I am ready to give if people are ready to take, but I don't want to just dump one very heavy like Bhairavi Kamakshi Swarajati on a person who doesn't even know Sarigama Padanisa. So normally my normal workshops I give according to the level of the group. But this coming workshop, because it's kind of a spillover from Valentine's Day weekend, and romance is in the love is in the air and whatever. So that angle came. Then I thought, let's explore the different facets of love, not only romantic love. So I thought probably the most famous lullaby in Carnatic music would be Jagadodharana, Adisidalu, Yeshode. So it's a very beautiful composition where the Sangita Pitamaha Purandaradasa, the ultimate. So Purandaradasa says, for example, just one line, Anoraniyana. Anu is one atom. So God is so versatile that he can be so minuscule like an atom or Mahato Mahina. It's like so infinite, so gigantic also. But for Yashoda, Magugala Manikyan, he is like the gem among all kids. And Adisidalu Yashoda. So Adisidalu Yashoda is just playing with her kid. So he can open his mouth and show the whole, entire Vishwarupam Prapancham. He can kill Asuras. He can save some sannyasis. All that he can do. But as far as she is concerned, it's just her precious baby, and she is playing with the baby like this. See, like that. so that is always there on my computer. So that is one mother's love. Then Rabindranath Tagore, actually, I was thinking of 2 songs. One is what I have finally selected, which is Ami Chinigochini Tomare, which is love for a foreign lady. Bideshini. Ogo is like array, like that. Ogo, Bideshini. I was thinking of a friendship song also. My throat is little gone now. Purano Diner Kotha. There's a song like that. So that is 2 friends sitting together calmly and just remembering the old days of their friendship, several decades of
Wow.
friendship, old friends reminiscence. It is very beautiful. So that is another kind of love, a friendship song. So it was a fight between Purano and Ami Chinigochini. So finally that one. So that is
So much
another
thought
one.
you give into the choice of songs also, no? That's quite
So much.
interesting.
And also, see, one is in Kannada, this is in Bengali. Then Tamil, one of the most romantic, not in a man-woman way, but so sweet, of a father's love for the daughter. And father saying, when I'm feeling sad, when my mind is full of dark thoughts, won't you sing, won't you dance, won't you play the yard and make music and make me happy? So that is, oh my God, it's so beautiful. I mean, Purandaradasa, more than probably anybody else, when I look at the lyrics, the content of his lyrics, the thoughts he has implanted in his compositions, I feel it is worth learning Kannada just to access Purandaradasa's mind. It is such a vast mind. You feel this man, because he was a mercenary during the first half of his life. So he knows all jealousy and pettiness and greed and being fake, all those he has experienced himself and then transformed and became this great knowing per se, savant, you say, sage. So he knows both the spiritual and the worldly side of life so well. He speaks from experience. So the state of the human mind, human life, human nature is so universal, whether we are Indian or Chinese or African or Arabic. It doesn't matter whether it's 600 years ago when he wrote them or now, right now also, same. Some things are same. No? So that universal thing, it strikes a chord. Anybody with a heart, Purandaradasa will hit you. So that is Purandaradasa. But this Tamil song, Tunbam Nergayil, when I went through that, and each language comes with its own set of particularities when it comes to pronunciation. For example, mm, Chelvam. So the word selvam alone is selvam, but when it's added with another word, it becomes chelvam. So I consult Tamil scholars to get the, yeah, and enna solli, sha, Malayalis will say enna solre. It's not sha, it would be sa, enna solli. So sa, enna solli. So that make it purify, 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 so that if I sing Tamil, a Tamilian should feel I'm a Tamilian. And if I sing Telugu, a Telugu person should feel I am a Telugu. Same with Malayalam. Malayalam, I am a Malayali. And if I succeed in sounding like a Kannadiga or Telugu or Tamil, that's only 50%. But a person who learns a song in any language from me, they should also sound like a native speaker, which is what I try.
That's your
So
mission.
yeah, because I had a session. I mean, I had many, many sessions, but since this is there available on YouTube, you can see. I had a teaching session in Warangal, for example, which is near Hyderabad, where I taught TV Gopalakrishnan sir's Bihag Tilana, where the lyrics are in Tamil. So just Kanamum, Dinamum, Nalum, Poludum. Unadiru Pada Malarinai Tanaye. That's all. So Poludum, Nalum, Poludum, and all that. I was like teaching NRIs actually. It is like teaching foreigners, though they are Telugu people only. And this is a Tamil song. It's not a very, very complicated line, not too much either, Sahityam. So then I realized, oh, actually, state to state, language to language, there are barriers. So just me taking time and explaining and getting the students to sing this one line, that footage is there on YouTube. If you search for Prince Rama Varma, Bihag Tilana, Warangal, Waranga, then you can see how much effort has gone in just one line, getting the Sahityam correct. So
And
that is
that's precisely the difference between someone just watching a song video of yours and trying to learn and actually sitting through a workshop and learning, right?
that.
So
See, as
watching
someone, yeah, since you have
that,
attended workshops, you know that. But because I make it look very simple, some song like Bala Tripura Sundarika, it's so simple. I can also say. So they watch a YouTube video with the finished song and listen to it and feel it's very simple, and they sing something which is totally different and wrong. But in their mind, they are hearing what I have sung, and they feel they are singing that, but actually they'll be like destroying the song only. But only if you attend live, and even teaching sessions, small excerpts are there on YouTube, but the actual session, step by step, note by note, slowly building up, that we get only attending a live session fully. Unless you're at a very, very advanced level, then of course it's a different story altogether. But advanced level, they learn, some of them do learn, but unfortunately, the big majority is not advanced, and they learn from recordings wrongly. Learning from recordings wrongly is bad. Performing them is even worse, and teaching them is absolutely worst, because uh, somebody is sitting in front of you means, and it's your responsibility to teach them correctly. Otherwise, it's like you go to a restaurant, and or you go to somebody's house and they've invited you for a meal, and you feed them contaminated food, or food which is past expiry date. How bad that is! It is equally bad to feed students wrong music. It's very, very sad. Unfortunately, that happens.
probably worse because knowledge stays on no food at least.
At least you can recover after. Exactly. If you have learned, especially young kids, meaning if you have
Yeah.
learned the wrong way, then you are finished for life. There's nothing you can do. So
They
that
say practice not just makes perfect, practice makes permanent because it stays on with you. You're practicing wrongly, it'll stay on with you for a lifetime.
absolutely, absolutely. So that's why I get around 15 emails at least a month, email or WhatsApp or something, as from people I don't know who have watched my video saying, "Sir, can you teach me?" So I am 100% concentrated on learning more than teaching. So as again, as you know, now you organize maybe 3 workshops a year, maybe Varavina one or two, so five. Then Vox Guru one, so six. So maybe I have 7 or 8 workshops per year, 2 days, 2 days, 2 days, like that. So that is, let us say I have 10 workshops. So that is 20 days out of 365. So 340 days I'm not teaching. So because I'm learning, that is how I get these. Otherwise, the same songs I know again and again, I'll be teaching every time. So I want each time something fresh, something unexpected to come. So then, why do I take workshops? It is not to steal students from other teachers. Then I would have started my own music school 30 years ago, not now. I don't have to travel to Hyderabad and travel to Warangal or to Singapore or to big cities or small villages, anywhere. I can be in my own town, in my own home, and have my own music classes physically or online also. But I am refusing, and I've always refused, and I absolutely don't have any plan ever of starting my own school or anything. So I'm not out to get students from other teachers, but I'm just there. See, I have this wonderful stuff which I'm happy to share the correct way. No, so that people who realize the value, they can. And if you are a guru, for example, who is teaching in a certain way, nobody is perfect. So I am, if I attend somebody else's class also, there are so many lecture demonstrations, master classes I attend even now. So now I'm 56 years old. Then I can learn, oh, okay, we can do like that. That is one new idea I might come. You listen to somebody teaching wrongly, that then also it's a learning. Oh, it's better not to do like that. No, we can learn what not to do also. So there's always, but unfortunately, at a very, very low level of artistic what experience or excellence, people start becoming teachers. They get 10, 15, 200, 300, 800 students, and you start giving small, small programs. And when you get on stage, you have 3 people behind you carrying your things. No, so for me,
Ego trip.
the only sport I watch is tennis. So whether it's Djokovic or Nadal or Federer winning Wimbledon, they get probably 1.5 crore or 200 crore euros and pounds and whatever. But they come carrying their own racket and kit and everything, and they pack up everything and they leave alone. So that is my ideal, how to be. So when I go for a concert, whether it's my flask of water or a Ragini Shruti box, or if I have some lyrics, a towel, everything I carry myself. I don't like it if others carry, because others carry once, twice, then we get used to that. Even if it's a small bag, we feel like having some one sidekick. No, so that adds to the ego,
Mm.
and very, very quickly, that becomes the norm. That's why I don't like people touching my feet also. Because to be a guru means it's a very, very exalted position in my mind. So I have one ideal in mind. Or you have to be like this, like this, like this, like this to be a guru. Maybe such a guru doesn't exist at all. So I definitely don't see myself as a guru at all. I'm a shishya, I'm a learner, I'm a seeker, I'm an aspirant, I'm a music lover. So I'm learning something. Hey, see, look at this nice song. Come, I'll teach you also. Come, I'll share with you. You also sing. That is the feeling. That is why I don't like students touching my feet, because they do that. Then you bless them, and after some time, if somebody comes and says, hello, then we, hey, this guy didn't touch my feet. Huh? So that becomes the norm. People diving at your feet. So that's also, if you believe in diving at the feet and getting blessings, then it's a very, very, very big thing whose feet you should fall also. So both falling and having others fall at my feet, I discourage very, very strongly. We are all same. Age is different, our size is different, experience is different, talent is different, but we are all same in so many ways. So I don't think somebody is superior. Maybe somebody is good at his work in this particular thing. That same person may be very weak in 100 other things. No, so
Your sense of equality is actually quite baffling because many a times if people have only this much success, the ego trip is higher. And another big takeaway that after listening to you right now, to be a good teacher, and you have to be a continuous learner, like they say in Japanese, kaizen, constant improvement, right?
Absolutely.
You are striving for constant improvement. So it's these kind of workshops. It is not just for students or rasikas. It's also for music teachers because they can learn a few new things and
Hmm.
they can bring along their students because you're just teaching and that session is priceless. So this
Hmm.
constant improvement, I think even all music teachers can also get inspired
Teachers
from you
can. Even
as
music
they.
students, they say, so what are you teaching? I say, okay, I'm teaching Jagadodharana. Oh, I know Jagadodharana already. Finish. You may know Jagadodharana, but you see me in action teaching Jagadodharana to a mixed group of students where some are very good, some are not so good, some are not good at all. Some
Mhm.
sit quietly. So in a mixed group, how to manage. No, it's a lesson in management also, not just Jagadodharana song. Even Jagadodharana song, there are two very beautiful charanams. It doesn't take very long. I mean, you do all the varieties in the first charanam, then you just sing the lyrics. But the lyrics are so beautiful that uh, it is sad not to sing them. So
Hmm.
that it is like if I say certain things, it will sound arrogant, but it is not from an arrogant point of view. If somebody says, "What are you teaching?" I say, "I'm teaching Jagadotharan." Oh, I know Jagadotharan. You know my Jagadotharana and you know how I teach Jagadotharana, you come. Then you will see. That whole experience is different. But if they sit there, see, with Balamurali Krishna, for example, I spent 18 years with him. So after some time, when I'm in his house, he would teach a composition which I would have already learnt. So, and the other student may not be of a great, very high level, but when he would teach that song which I already know to another student, I would not switch off. This I know already, and then look at something. No, I would be listening to that. I just forget whatever I know, keep my mind open, and listening to it as though I'm hearing it for the first time. So it goes so much deeper if our mind is open to receive. But if you're sitting there feeling arm style, yeah, I know all this, like that, then it's better not to come. So,
Yeah.
and one large chunk of people is that category. Even if they physically come also, they'll be just looking around, seeing how what is happening. Like people go for a wedding to criticize the food and the costume of the bride, and that category. That category with bad energy and judgmental, it's better not to come.
Yeah, that's
But
true. It's good to have, they say you should keep the people in your life, limited, but they should be
Mm.
good, they should be positive, and they should bring that good energy in your life.
Exactly. That
So
is enough,
that kind
rather.
of.
So we don't need like 100, 200, 300 people who are jealous or who are spiteful or mean or whatever. Then better to be far away from them. Even if one person is there who is a genuine well-wisher who understand the value of what you're doing and is happy, then it's okay. So
So that's there. And I think probably because you are a constant learner, you can teach well. Probably you were such a good student also. So you are
yeah,
a very good teacher.
only my
And
only my teachers know that. So that
yeah,
I feel sad when people tell me, "Oh, you teach so well." It's like, yeah, I wish you could ask my gurus. With each
you
of my
must have been
gurus,
that connected
yeah.
by heart and mind. So you know how to, reverse your role and still do that well. So as a
My
teacher, as a
gurus had
student.
some other students who would publicly say, "I am the senior most or best student of my guru." I have never said that about any of my guru that I am their best student, but my gurus have said. So, if my gurus
That's
have
true.
said this guy is my best student, then I don't need to say anything. No?
That's an
So
award in itself, right?
yeah,
So
they've said in public. See, Balamurali Krishna, for example, because Balamurali sir is a very recognizable and distinct way of singing. So he used to, not once, not twice, but at least 7 to 8 times he has said this in public, on stage, and in front of me and others were sitting at home. So he says that I can never forget that because he said, see, I have so many students. So the difference between them and Rama Varma, I will tell you. Some of them, they want to be Balamurli. Okay. Some of them, they feel they are already Balamurli. Second category. Third one, they feel they are better than Balamurali. So these are the three categories. But with Prince Ramorma, Ramorma is happy to be Ramorma. Get it? I know. Yeah. So that is it's a simple statement only, but and this he says as an 80-year-old. So how many decades of experience he's had. So what I have with Amrita is exactly the same. If somebody listens to Amrita sing something amazing, and they say, "Oh, if he's Prince Ramorma's, if you learn from Prince Ramorma, you can sing like that." No, you can't. No, because just like
Individual effort is there.
each of my gurus, whether it's Vachur sir or Balamurali sir or K.S. Swami sir, Veena Venkatraman, all of them have so many students. No, but I'm not saying I'm better or worse than anybody else, but I sing like me. That you can check out how each person is singing. Similarly, I have taught many, like Hari Kumar, for example, my permanent Mridangam accompaniment, Hari Kumar or Vinu. So you look at Vinu's gurus, they have been teaching for so many years and decades. So many people have played. Who plays like Vinu? No? Or Harikumar's guru is a thousands of people he has taught. Then there must be 30 people playing like Harikumar. No, no, only one Harikumar. So that finally, what we bring at the end of it is very, very big share to the person doing it, irrespective of whom you learn from.
Yeah.
So, and if we are lucky, like Amrita, for example, each of her gurus were very, very different. So you take something from some completely different from each. Same thing I have done with my gurus. With Vechur sir, what I got, and with Balamurali sir, what I got are completely different. It's like night and day. Both are Carnatic music. But the state also, I was 12, 13 years old, and Vechur sir started me. Then I had a female voice with Sarigama. So the going was tough for him. So, but he saw something in me which nobody else did at that time,
Mm.
which I didn't understand at that time. But when his son got a job in Palakkad, which sir was in Trivandrum, so when his son got a job in Palakkad and said, Appa, you come here, then we'll give the Trivandrum house for rent. So he said, suppose I leave Trivandrum, what will my students do? So then
Mm.
son says, no, we will get other students in Palakkad. So which sir took my name. And I said, he said, if I leave Trivandrum, what will this kid do? And at that
Mm.
time, I was only 14 years old. I had never dreamt of ever singing in public. It's not like I was a performing musician or even competition. I had never sung in public other than in front of Vechur sir. I had not sung. Then I had a relative in Cochin called Ratnan Tambran, whom I loved a lot. Other than these two people, I never sang in front of anybody. I would close the door and sing, practice alone. I was very shy to sing it. But even then, he could sense the passion I had and how much it meant to me, his music lessons. And after each lesson, suppose Sunday he left, firstly it was Saturday, Sunday, then Saturday, Sunday, Wednesday, then Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. So 4 times a week. And people, especially small children, they say, oh, SSLC, 10th standard exam, SSLC exam, board exam, whatever. First thing they cut is music lesson or dance lesson, whatever they have. So they have time for Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all that goes on, but only the classical arts they cut. So in my case, I am proud to say that without ever wanting to sing in public, for my 10th standard SSLC exam, I never cut music classes because SSLC exam would be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So I had class on Tuesday and I had class after SSLC exam completed. Then Vechur said, that's the first time I saw him emotional. Literally, he almost had tears in his eyes. And he says, la, Aro paranju mari. Like he'll always say, no, as like somebody said. So that was his, then something is going to come. Something from the heart is going to come, means this is the preamble.
Mm.
So many years I've been teaching, but nobody has continued music lessons during SSLC examination. So I said, see, we are not studying 24 hours a day, no. That 1 hour you keep for this, it will refresh the brain also. So that is very, in fact, during exams, the most beneficial thing would be to have a music class. You get de-stressed and rejuvenated and filled with some happy feelings, which is different from whatever subject you are studying. So you stopping music classes, even without exams, stopping music classes itself makes the quality of your life go down. So for exam time, that's even more important that you should do
There are lots
something.
of benefits also, no, to music,
So much
health
benefit.
wise, mental health, which is much
Mm.
needed today.
Mm.
So not just students, even people who are professionals who have a lot of stress, going through a session like this completely brings you to another world because you merge with an entire community of different minded people and all
Exactly.
coming together as one in one room and learning, or online also during the
Online.
pandemic. So that was a really enriching experience.
Mm.
So I think just like Vechur sir, I think wherever he is, he would be very proud of you.
Definitely. In fact,
And
this
full
year is his.
blessing. All your gurus, all your students also have a lot of love for you. Your star student also. They have, but one thing is that I think all aspiring musicians can learn from what you said, whether it be you or with Vishi Amrita ma'am, is that it is your individual effort that actually
Absolutely.
differentiates you among this full array of students. So
Yeah,
there may be
absolutely.
super talented kids, but
Yeah, yeah.
consistent effort, upgrading yourself all the time, and being receptive to how you can improve and what you can learn from other artists. That is, I think, a commendable quality each musician should have.
Yeah, even during online classes, for example,
Yeah.
one student is bright for it. So I sing once and they got it already. So if they got it, okay, I got. But if they switch off, thinking that I got it already, then they are not that smart. If they're very smart, and another person who has not got it, and I'm struggling with them and trying slowly, 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 then if they are smart, they'll be observing that also. How is this guy getting that person also to sing correctly? Which is it's not time waste actually,
Not at
because if
all.
everybody got first, then I don't need to teach at all. No, there's no need for teachers. That you just sing something, people listen and they repeat perfectly. So nobody needs to teach music. Why I teach, and the knowledge of instrument, knowing veena, it's so helpful to demonstrate how much to oscillate, which note to sustain, how much pressure to give. Everything automatically, instinctively comes if you know veena or violin. In any music, in Western classical music, suppose you are a singer or violinist or cellist, but you have to know piano, because piano, the treble clef and bass clef, and the construction of the whole thing is around the piano. And in Carnatic music, it's around the voice. So if you are a violinist also, you should know singing. If you're a singer, then you should know violin or mridangam. If you're a mridangam person, it's a rhythm oriented instrument. But if you're a good mridangam artist, you should be able to sing raga alapana also. And that was you ask a mridangam person, you sing Todi or Bhairavi, they should be able to sing, which many of the legends did and still do. Some people like T.V. Gopalakrishnan sir or Sri Muslim Rajarao, some people do in public, but many other musicians, they may not perform in public. Guru Ardharesh Mama, many of them, I've had the privilege of hearing them sing, like Mridangam, people who are publicly known as Mridangam artists. So if you sing a song, okay, it has rhythm, but Alapana means there's no rhythm. No, you're just singing Alapana, and these are percussionists, but they can do Alapana. So then only that complete picture of the music we will get. So
So you have to be well-rounded and you can't be
um,
just closed in silos, right? So
exactly.
So that's quite interesting. And another very, very important thing is that what has been the most rewarding thing when you went out and went and taught people who are not at all exposed to this classical, when I say it's not just Carnatic, most of classical arts these days, because of so much else available, shorter attention spans and all, a lot of people lose interest.
Mm.
So people like you are beacons of hope, actually going out, reaching out to, crossing barriers and reaching out to people. Because there is a certain flavor that some classical music has that becomes a little repulsive at times. I mean, I
Yeah,
don't know if it sounds politically correct, but
yeah, yeah.
at times the newer generation and all. So how do you plan to draw the next generation in? And
Next generation, I don't claim to draw the next generation. It's a very big statement to say I have a generation. I'm not the Pied Piper or anything. But a few individuals, and few individuals across all generations. That is something I'm very happy about. Well, now I'm 56 years old. When I was 23, 25, if I used to give a concert, the audience would be all above 50, 50 to 80. was the age group. I never saw young people when I started singing, but now as I am getting older and older, the age of the audience is getting younger and younger. There are so many small kids who come because I sing these No to Sarams, for example, or Bala Tripura Sundari, or these Kutti Kutti songs, one. And the body language also, it doesn't look very scary. Uh, Otherwise, Carnatic music, not only Carnatic music, Hindustani also, so many people, the stuff they do with their face and body, it is, they,
Quite repulsive to be
yeah, I mean, I didn't want to use that
specific.
word, but yeah, but it's quite hard. So if somebody says I find that repulsive, then you can't blame them. So I didn't practice to keep on plastic expressionless face or anything, but I also used to make faces. And if you make a face, then that distortion will come in the sound also.
True.
So, see, in fact, my top favorite musician, M.D. Ramanathan, he did a lot of grimacing. So that put off a lot of people. And as a person who has always liked M.D. Ramanathan the maximum, I discovered, oh my God, he's got this much pure gold in him. But because of these mannerisms, people are missing out. They get put off and they don't listen to that. And so if I have not as much gold as M.D. Ramanathan has, but even little bit, then I should at least avoid these off-putting sounds so that it should reach more people. Yeah, but with many people, both the love and the hatred is blind. So if I like M.D. Ramanathan, means anything he does is good. Don't even talk to me about him other than praise him. Even one slightest hint of not criticism, but one questioning, can you do like that? No, 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 don't. So that is if I love somebody. And if I hate somebody, then everything is bad. So whatever they do, no, no, but he has done this. No, 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 bad, bad, bad. That is very stupid. So both love and hate uh, blindly, we
Mm.
lose out a lot. If we just adore somebody and why are you doing this? Because that man did. I like him, so anything he does, I'll do. And this other person I don't like, so whatever he does, I won't do. That is very, very stupid because everybody has good and bad. We have preferences. We like some people more, like some people less. But we can filter out the good, even from people we don't like, and just take that. And we can filter out the bad from people we do like and avoid that. So then we end up with something. And see now, Rabindranath Tagore, for example, he was a Bengali, but he took elements of Western music, of folk music, Bengali baul music, of Drupad, of Khayal, of Carnatic music, everything he just filtered and put together one thing, and that became a new genre of music with its own identity, so much so that he put his stamp on that music itself and called it Rabindra Sangeet. So Rabindra Sangeet, Rabindranath Tagore's music, you know. So suppose he was a
Just like
closed-minded
Murali
person.
Ganam.
Hmm?
Just like Murali Ganam.
Balamurali said that, in fact, for Balamurali sir, Tagore was the ultimate source of inspiration because he said, see, he put his name on one school of music itself. So Balamurali sir, of course, Balamurali sir sang Carnatic music only, but he would say Murali Ganam, and people will feel, oh, this man is singing Todi Bhairavi Shankarabharana, and then he calls it Murali Ganam, and I'm not singing Carnatic music. That is how arrogant. You can't blame them for feeling like that, but you can't blame him for
Same here either.
saying that because the reason behind was very clear. Because if you sing the lyrics clearly, some people say, oh, clear lyrics are clear means it's light music, it's not classical. So for it to be Carnatic music, lyrics should not be clear. One, and voice is very good and in Shruti. The voice is good and in Shruti means then it's Hindustani music only. No, it's not Carnatic. So Carnatic means voice should not be good and you should not be in Shruti. you know, and then you sustain a note for a long time and the Shuddha Swaram. So Shuddha
Mm.
Swaram is pure note. So pure notes you sustain me, then it's Western music. It's not Carnatic. So everything that is essential and valuable and aesthetic, people throw that away saying this is not Carnatic, not Carnatic. So being in Shruti, enunciating the lyrics clearly, and if you modulate the voice to give expression to the bhavam, the sentiment of the lyrics, then that is light. So whatever Carnatic means, you should not be in Shruti. You should not have purity of notes. It should all be just Gamakams, random shaking. Then Balamuri says, if that is Carnatic music, then what I am singing is not Carnatic music, is Murali Ganam. He said. But in some interviews, he has explained this actually. And people who know him, we know what it means. But
Mm.
just that statement, stand alone, saying, I don't sing Carnatic music, I sing Muraliga. It sounds very wrong. So
That's quite interesting,
this
his
is the thing. Yeah.
perspective, and probably that has also spilled over to you, singing clearly and enunciating clearly, which you keep demonstrating through all your music, whether it be sessions or concerts. Everybody can understand, you do justice to the language, to the
I
composer,
try.
to the lyrics.
I
So
don't
that's
say I
quite a
do.
takeaway.
I try. I try to do.
Okay.
Even now I'm trying.
Hmm.
See,
That's
when
very
Tillana,
modest of you.
no, even I'll give, see, Balamula says Tillana, for example. I just sing one first line, for example. So, I, I would tell student when you sing Tillana Natradim. So don't you sing Tillana Natradim Tataratani Natratum Natratum Dim na na na. The first line. So Tillana Natradim. So dim, just stop. Don't sing Tillana Natradim Tata Dim is different. Dim is different. You find the difference, no? So now when I teach that, I've been teaching this for 30 years now. So first when I sang, when I taught, when I learned, when I performed also, I listened to my own recording in 1997 or whatever. I am singing Tillana nadridim tadaratani nadridirtom nadridirtom dim na na na. So dim na na na. So dim na is different from dim na na na. Dim, immediately mouth is closed. So dim is not D-E, it is dhim, na, na. So two notes are with mouth closed. So dhim, na, na, na. So tillana and tillana, it is not dim, it is dhim. Firstly, dha is very hard. Secondly, it's cut immediately. So it is not the speed. You can say dhim, is fast. But even if you sing slowly, you can have that punch. Tillana natridhim tadaratani natridritum natridritum dhim na 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 dhim na na na. But same thing, if you sing Tillana natridhim tadaratani natridrito natridritum dhim na na na. It sounds, it's the same thing only. But dhim na 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 natridhim, this has a difference. So this, I myself, when I sang 30 years ago, 25 years ago, 15 years ago, and now, it is constantly becoming tighter and harder and shining brighter. So I imagine 10 years later, it should sound even better than
Right?
now. I don't feel, oh, now it sounds good. Because I remember how it sounded 20 years ago, and at that time I felt it sounded good. So now I realize, no, actually, it didn't sound that good. So now,
That's
even,
quite inspiring, actually, the fact that you recognize the changes and
yeah,
you wish to improve all the time. So that's quite
yeah,
impressive and
because
inspiring.
I remember, because I started late, and I remember very clearly every step. So I remember how for that particular concert, that particular song, how good I felt. And I hear that recording even the next day or after 10 years, and I go, "Yeah, it is not that great." No? So when we realize that, the praise that people give, as long as we don't let it go in, then we have both criticism and I listen to both. There are people who criticize also, that I listen very carefully and see if there is, rather than reacting emotionally. Oh my God, I feel so hurt. This person said this painful thing. Or somebody says something so amazing. Oh my God, I've never heard somebody sing Tunbam Nergayil like you, for example. It happened now. So then, oh wow. So at least 35 people have sung Tunbam Nergayil, and it's all available in the public domain, and somebody liked mine a lot, means, yeah. But no, 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 wait. Let it come. So instantly to get high with praise or just go down with criticism, both we have to, I think, Rudyard Kipling's poem, If, no? If, that you shouldn't let the head, things, success go to your head and failure go to your heart. That idea, both are imposters, he says. So that's very, very, very true.
Very true.
We just keep ourselves monitoring ourselves, and keep us without going either suicidal or mad. Then we can kind of cope with
That's
both kinds
probably
of.
why you don't take anything for granted.
I
whether it be a simple concert, a mega concert, whether it be in a small place, a big place, in the country, outside the country, with 10
absolutely
people, with 100 people, you always, always, always put it 100% as far as I've
agree.
observed.
100%.
Because you
Yes.
never know when the tables turn, when things change, and all
Mm.
these precious blessings that you have are, and probably that's why it keeps getting better and better.
Keep trying to get better and better.
Trying to
Trying
get
is the
better
key
and
word
better.
in everything.
Yeah.
So keep trying.
So that's there. And how has your teaching changed since you first started? How have you evolved as a teacher?
Uh,
Apart from using technology and, going online and all that,
Teaching
in
somehow
your
from
methodology,
no,
how
from
have
the
you?
beginning, I kind of found myself in teaching. Learning changed a lot. I mean, learning,
Okay.
people uh, don't think of. I sing Sri Krishna, Nama Mantra Ruchi, for example. How did I get that? No, what did that involve? So that, because so many Balamurali songs, not only his own, but what he used to sing for Bhakti Ranjani in Vijayawada, All India Radio, for example, or Prayagaranga songs, for example. These are songs which he himself had forgotten. In fact, if you search on YouTube, there's a video of Balamurali sir singing Sri Krishna, where he speaks about Kaivara Amaranarayana. He says he was a bangle seller. He says, then he got some siddhi. And he said, I used to sing these songs in Bhakti Ranjani Vijayawada. I forgot these songs. He says in public. And that day he heard my parents call me Raghu, which is what I'm called at home. So till he said, Rama Varma, I didn't know Raghu. So I said, no, people, my friends call me Rama Varma only, not Raghu. Only my relatives call me Raghu. So he was kind of, he got a kick to find out that I was called Raghu at home. So in this video, he says, before Sri Krishna, he says, I forgot these songs. Raghu only reminded me. He said, I'm happy to sing them. Then he sings the song. So, how did I get that song? Means I'm from Trivandrum. So, every month I would travel to Chennai. And at that time, after Vechur sir passed away, I was around 24, 25 years old. My family wanted me to get married or get a job. So financially, my situation will change a lot if I marry and make children to for them to play with. So if I don't do that, then I pay a very big price. So I was aware of that at that time. Still, I wanted to do something on my own. It's my craziness or obstinacy or good luck. I don't know what it was. So I left Trivandrum. And at that time, we had a family property. So stay was not a problem for the first few years. After that, that property got sold. So I found a hotel next to Balamurali sir's house called Hotel Savera. Even now, I stay in Hotel Savera after 30 years. So then each time to travel to Chennai from Trivandrum to stay in a hotel, how much money it used to cost me. And Balamurali sir had two sides to him. One, he would say, for music, my guru just treated me like his own son. So he never charged me. So I don't charge for teaching. This is one side. But on the other hand, he loved money a lot. So it's like both are same person, this side and this side. So what I would do is that rather than per class pay him this much, I would organize one or two concerts of his every year and really pay like very, very, very nicely. So it's not like settling an account, but like offering something at his feet.
Like a Guru
That's
Dakshina.
a Guru Dakshina. So he was very, very happy also. I felt happy that I could treat him that well because I would see people, because he's rich and famous, so many people would go to him looking at what can I get from him? What can I get from him? So in my case, I would always think, what can I give him? Even there's a small parrot, for example, a toy parrot. You clap and it'll flap its wings and make a sound, for example. So he was very childlike. That side was also there. So I'll buy a toy like this and take it to him, and he would just clap and make it sound. For hours and hours, he would laugh. So even when guests would come, I mean, I'm talking, he was 77, 78 years old at that time. So when guests would come, the parrot would be sitting there, then he'll say, now, shh, don't. Okay. Like he'll make everybody. So they're all, and they were not my relatives, just the casual guests who had come to invite him for a concert or something. Then, hey, something like this, make a sound. I carry a parrot will make a sound. So, so just his delight was so pure that it was so delightful just to observe that side of him. He is a very multifaceted person. Many, many facets to his personality were there.
So
Uh,
he had sabrang, like you always said, the complete, all colors.
Oh, all colors, Sabrang, absolutely. So this kind of thing. So and also like you watch National Geographic Channel, for example, and you see a lion attacking a zebra, for example. So they have caught the scene from three angles. But if you go to Africa, you see the desert, you see this Serengeti or one Masai Mara, thousands and thousands and thousands of acres of land and thousands of animals, and you don't know when something is going to catch something. So the cameramen, they're just sitting and waiting for days and days and days and days before suddenly they get to see something happening. So for me, with Balamurali sir, it is little bit like that. I would just go, not have any other program, just there, sit quietly and wait and wait and wait. And suddenly one day he'll go and pick up an old book, and because most of the time somebody or the other would keep coming to visit him for whatever reason, so I had to get him alone and relaxed and in a laid back mood. And then if he picks up one book, then I didn't have video camera, I had Walkman only, so my Walkman will be ready. So he'll just look at it. See this song, February 23, 1954.
Mm.
I don't remember. Then he'll just sing, it's a nice song. I think you will like it. Then he'll just sing and I'll record. That's it. I'll write down the lyrics. So that song, now if I teach, somebody learns. But song may be 3 minutes long. But behind this 3 minute long, 4 weeks I would have spent. No?
They
Uh,
say for that 30-minute concert or 30-minute song that someone performs, they've actually worked for 30 years. So in
hey,
your case, it's the years, the investment,
exactly.
the monetary investment, the time, and
Exactly.
probably, sacrifices that you have made
And I
to just
don't
get that much.
Yeah, I don't regret that at all. I'm happy I did
Mm.
that. Now, if I could take my life backwards to when I was a teenager, I would have done the same thing
The
only. There's no
same.
difference. But it was a lot. I mean, whether it's time or money or even effort. See, I didn't learn the Pancharatams, for example. Even now, I can learn Pancharatams. So there are so many songs which everyone knows. The general at that time, I didn't know Krishna Ni Begane Baro or Jagadodharana. I hadn't learnt all those. I just concentrated on songs which I could get only from Balamurali Krishna, many of which he himself had forgotten. So if I sing Ninu Vidisi Undalene or Amy Sitarali, some songs like that, people above 80, they are, wow, I've heard this in 1950s, 60s, Bhakti Ranjani. And now that generation itself, many of them are no longer alive. But the people who are alive even now and the people who were alive 5 years, 10 years before, how much joy they would get when suddenly this song comes out and they're like, oh my God, I used to listen to this so much when I was in college, and I didn't, Isharate Emo Teliyadu, for example.
Mm.
So that is just Balamurali stock, but it is not like, okay, Balamurali sir gave me these many things and I'm repeating that. He just opened so many doors, like Prayagarangadasa, for example. I learned so many Prayagarangadasa songs after Balamurali sir passed away also. How did I get them? So I would just, it's like one antenna is out. Always Prayagarangadasa, Prayagarangadasa. I'm attracted to his composition. So unexpectedly from somewhere, I had a concert in Melbourne, for example. So after that concert, one senior citizen couple came and met me, and that lady, when she was a kid, she has sung in Vijayawada All India Radio music lessons where Balamurali sir used to teach kids on radio. So she was a kid who has learned from him on radio at that time. Then we're talking about several songs, and she mentioned one song, Sri Ramanama mantra, Patanamu Seyave Manasa. So there are so many Sri Ramanama, Sri Ramanama. So I myself sing Sri Ramanamam Maruva, Maruva, and Sri Rama Ni Namamu Jikwa. So Sri Rama Nama is a common song, but this is Sri Rama Nama Mantra Patanamu. So I just wrote in my book immediately. Then so many years later, I found that online. So even if it is there online, we need not. find unless we search for. Even if we search for it, some song. See, for example, one song which I'm hoping to teach this weekend, which is by Prayagaranga. I'll tell you. జాలమేల గోపాల కృష్ణ నీలీలలు కనుగొన నాతరమా. Like that. My throat is completely gone now. But it's a very, very, very sweet song. How did I get that? You search on YouTube, you may not get. But it is in some form, some people have sung that. So I had to filter when somebody whose voice is not good or age is against them or for whatever reason the execution may not be very attractive. So in this form you get that. So from that you have to filter out and straighten out the notes and get the lyrics, get the help of native language speakers, whether it's Kannada or Telugu or any language, and then polish it and make it shine and bring it out. And I'll guarantee you, now itself, now is what, February 12th, this Jalamela, after this session is finished, and either I or some of the bright students, they learn this and they put it up on YouTube. Next year, February 12th, you see how many people would have sung this and uploaded on YouTube. People who have not attended my classes. No? And how many of them will be correct? That is one, one aspect. But how many of them would just sing something? Because I know Mangalambe Shampurani, for example, Bala Tripura Sundari, for example. So all these songs, after my video came out, Sri Rama Ni Namamu. So for example, Sri Rama Ni Namamu is one of the many songs that Balamurali sir just tuned, went to a studio, recorded and forgot. He's never sung it other than that once in the studio, because for him it was so easy. Tunes would just come effortlessly. So it was very casual. He does and that's it. So Chandamamanu Jojivatama, for example, that when I discovered a cassette which had these songs, I told him he had used Santur as background music for the Chandamamanu in a Carnatic recording. So I was like, oh, the sound's very nice. And Chandamamanu is Jojivatama. Is it? I'm saying that's very nice. And he's asking, oh, is it? Is it? We didn't remember it. So then I said, no, it's a very nice song. So then I played that and he's listening to it for the first time. And he said, nice, no? Like that. He's enjoying like hearing a new song. He completely forgot that he had done it. So the Sri Rama Nina Momu, he had sung it and it had some background music. So when I just sang the song, I missed something. So I composed this Sagga Maga. So again, now my voice is completely finished. So, Sagga Maga Sagga Maga Sagga Maga Re Sa Ni. So Pari Mari Pari Mari Ni Ri Pamaga. This I put actually. So instead of just singing ting 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 ting, so I put swaram. So this is when Balamuli sir was very much alive. So I said, sir, as a background music, can I just do swaram so that small kids can also get acquainted with the swarasthanams, the position of the notes, and it's attractive. Oh, Sagga Maga, can I do? Nice, why not? No, no, nobody has done. First time, something new you have done. He was very thrilled only that you invented something, you innovated something. So I said, can I do? No, yeah, do only. It's very nice. And then at that time, clapping was not there. Then so many years I sang that. And then once I thought, Sagga Maga, clapping will be nice. So then that got added. So first upload of Sagga Maga is there in 2011 in YouTube. But at that time, nobody saw it. During pandemic time only, people were jobless and they had nothing to do, so they were stuck at home. So when they were stuck at home, I got so many views on YouTube and so many people discovered these songs. Then suddenly 100 people are singing Sagamaga. They don't even say Sri Ramanina, they say Sagamaga only. You know? So Sagamaga, many people, Bala Tripura Sri Krishna, Chandamamanu Jivatama, many people. And
That's what I
whenever,
mean when I say you draw new crowds, especially the younger generation, because there is some catchy element that you introduce that people are drawn to it.
uh,
And from whatever your story with Balamurli sir is, I think one thing that we all need to understand, spoon feeding will only get you to a certain level.
yeah.
You have to have that constant quest.
Because
And the ideology that you follow, it's not just what you take from a person. Very, very few people would think, okay, what can I do for this person? That itself is very rewarding in more ways than one. So the way you continuously, it was, it's very enriching for you. And probably that helped your personality grow. So many people like record, oh, our recordings may be full, we don't want to do and all. But they don't realize that if this recording is available now, that's also a luxury. So
yeah,
when you have the opportunity to attend live or get a recording, make the most of a person when he's offering it.
exactly. When he's offering, when he's alive, none
Exactly.
of us are going to be alive forever.
Absolutely. Who knows what's in
Yeah,
store
exactly. So
next?
with
So
Balamurali sir, I only felt sad when he died, but there's no regret. Yo, if I had known that he was going to die, then I would have done this. Then I would not have done this. Zero regrets. As a human being and as a music student, maximum what I could have done, I have done. So with which not only Balamurali, Vichur sir was also Vichur sir. Till the day before he died, we were together. So that mortality and what is it? See, you have this chance now. You may not have in future. That realization people don't have. They're very, very short sighted. Somebody will say, oh sir, I saw that you have a class, but there is a function in the family. Okay, so function in the family, well, is it a marriage? No. Is it a birthday? No. It is remembrance of somebody who died. So so they leave somebody who's alive uh, to do some puja for somebody who died, which must be very important, I presume. But then next time I might be dead, then they will more likely come for a function remembering a guy who died than actually go to him when they are alive. No? Even Balamurali sir, he's not an unknown guy. At least I am not a famous guy. But Balamurali sir is a celebrity. Most people who knew music knew him. With that much fame, you won't believe the number of people who contacted me after he died saying, I never attended a single concert of his, and now I'm reading the articles you have written about him, and I watch your videos, and I feel, I missed out on something. In fact, he used to sing even near my house, but I never bothered. I was listening to this guy and that guy. So Balamurali, I never. What to do? Now he's not going to come again. Not
only time
Bharat.
for regret.
Hmm?
There's only chance for regret then. No,
That's
what
all.
you can do, you can only do in that limited
That
shelf life.
then
So
we have to do. Otherwise, it's no point. No? So
you
that
can't enjoy food without teeth, right? So when you have teeth, you enjoy your food.
yeah.
So
And then
that's all
time.
it
So
is.
investing that time, priorities. So if your priorities are so in one direction means, okay, then I have nothing to say. Somebody wrote to me recently and said that I live in some other country. I am coming to India. Can I meet you? So I said I had a concert in Hyderabad. I said, oh, at that time something else is happening. I can't come. I said, okay. Then the 15th, 16th, I'm coming to Hyderabad again and this workshop is no, at that time I'm going to this temple or something. So temple will be there on 14th and 17th also and 18th and 19th, and but class is there only 15th, 16th. So okay, then you go back to America or Australia, wherever you came from. So I missed out on so many things in my personal life and financially, in every way. But I made the choice, and I'm very, very happy I made the choice, because what I got the time with Balamurali sir, that is one aspect, just the personal time and the material I got. Nobody bothered. What can I do? No?
That you can't do now, no, because
Exactly.
you can't do
Mm.
that now.
And
So
when I went to Chennai first in 1994, 95, I didn't know a word of Tamil. So now I sit in Hyderabad or Bangalore or even Bombay airport waiting for the flight, and one person is speaking in Telugu, another person is speaking in Tamil, third person in Kannada, in Malayalam, in Hindi, and suddenly it hits me. Oh my God, I can understand what all these people are speaking. When did that happen? It is not an overnight thing. Gradually, gradually, gradually. So how did I learn Kannada? Means I started when I was with Balamurali sir, finding out the meanings of Purandaradasa songs. So Telugu means Annamacharya Bhadrachal Ramadasa. So if you ask me, who taught you Kannada? I learned Kannada from Purandaradasa. I learned Telugu from Bhadrachal Ramadas, Balamurali Krishna, and Annamacharya. Like that, just from the, because that same word will come in another song, and at the third time, oh, you know the meaning already. Like that, slowly, slowly you get. Then physically spending time with native speakers. So I'm eating at Balamuri's housemates, his wife and him, they would speak in Telugu. So I hear Telugu more and more. Same thing happens now when I'm in Bangalore. I hear Kannada. Yeah, now it's okay. No? Yeah, when I gestured, I hit the mic. That's it. Yeah, so exposure to language, I somehow I can't, I can give a speech on stage in Hindi or English or Tamil or Malayalam. I still can't get on stage and give a speech in Telugu or Kannada, but it is coming. So it won't be long before I can do that. Then I'll be very happy. So not to show off that, oh, I can speak in Kannada or Telugu. That much I've become intimate with that language. My life is blessed and enriched by two more languages. No, each language, French also. So each language we learn, so much of material in that language also enriches our mind and our life. So that is very, very important, particularly important for students of students, and even more important for teachers of Carnatic music. If you say Tyagaraja is a big guy, means he composed so many songs in Telugu. So without even rudimentary knowledge or care about Telugu, then how can you even talk about Tyagaraja? No. So, and Dikshitar Sanskritam, Swathi Thirunal Sanskritam. So all these languages, it's shocking that it's the most essential things like sing and Shruti. Only in Carnatic music we hear people saying, he sang in Shruti. In other systems, we don't say because there's no other option. Singing means you are in Shruti. So there's no question of singing and not in Shruti. So most essential things are being in Shruti and knowing the lyrics and connecting with the lyrics. So unfortunately, we have so much technical areas where we can shine, like Alapana and Tanam and Pallavi and Swaram and whatever. So these basic things are ignored and say, it's all right. Even if Shruti is off, even if voice is bad, even if lyrics are mangled, it's okay. It's so amazing. Then it's like, okay, I mean, they're happy, each to his own. No? That's why it remains in one place. And because the scope of Carnatic music, Hindustani music means you start improvising elaborately. You take Rag Yaman and first item you can sing for 1.5 hours. But Carnatic music, we can do a Ragantana Pallavi for 1.5 hours, single raga. Or within 15 minutes, we can sing 4 or 5 songs also. So there is no other system I know where without making it sound hurried, you can just sing neatly 4 or 5 songs within 15 minutes. Or you can sing Deva Deva Kalami and sing lot of sarams for 45 minutes, 1 hour. So it's so, the rhythmic possibilities, the melodic possibilities, the range and variety of compositions, speed. We have lullabies, we have romantic songs, we have hardcore tillanas, we have very heavy philosophical content filled, brimming with that kind of content songs. So much is there, but it's up to us to bring it out in this multi-dimensional, multi-layered way and not make it unidimensional or monotonous and same karna. Whether you sing Bihag or Bhairavi or Todi or Shankaraparana, it sounds same means then it's sad.
Those possibilities are immense. And like you say, it's how you portray it. And how
Hmm.
classics are classics. But if presented rightly and the with the correct intent, it can actually open out a lot more possibilities with
So
different languages. We're enriched with so many beautiful languages, which are the
hmm.
windows to so many worlds. So
Actually, this time somebody requested Saramaina Maatalentho. Otherwise, I was thinking of a Malayalam Padam by Swathi Thirunal, so that Tamil, Kannada, Telugu, Malayalam, and Bengali would come. But I accepted this request for Saramaina to showcase Swathi Thirunal because living in Travancore for a small lifespan of 33 years, he mastered Malayalam, Sanskrit, Tamil, Telugu, Hindi, Brajabhasha, so many languages. So, for a Malayali boy, not even a man at that time, for a Malayali boy 250 years ago in Trivandrum, to have composed such a beautiful song in Telugu, I felt happy to present that in Telugu speaking Hyderabad. this time.
In
And why
fact, we're
Telugu?
all excited. I'm also super duper excited that there's so many languages coming in, so many beautiful compositions, and the different shades of love
Yeah,
that and the timing and so many things coming together. 3 decades of your impeccable teaching, the
impeccable.
flavors of love, the colors of love. It's quite interesting, and I'm sure everyone is eagerly waiting for you to drop in your pearls of wisdom, just like you've grabbed from different
Yeah.
sides. So
So
that's interesting.
whoever is smart enough to grab it when it's on show, they'll get it. That's all. The others can, of course, later, even after this session, when Hansini, for example, who sings these songs very neatly and makes videos very quickly. So she sings this Prayagarangadasa song, for example. There'll be one set of people who listen to that and be, oh, I wish I had that. I didn't attend this. And that song they won't get from
But they
anywhere.
can get the recording.
Yeah, but that is it. Thanks to you. You are very kind and you have that offer that anybody who missed the session and later they get to see what was taught, they want to buy the whole session, but not everyone does that. So big shout out to you for doing that. But many other organizations, you register, attend, and that's it. So even video, many people don't give. So you just attend live and that's it. What you can grab, you grab. That's it. So this is nice. The technology, there are so many bad sides of technology. This is the good side of technology. People can connect from anywhere in the world, attend live, and if you can't attend live, you get the video. It's very very good, which
And
you
it
can
makes you feel
watch.
that it's a small world after all. We can all come together.
Yeah, exactly. So,
So I hope you're just as excited as all of us.
okay. In fact, I'm so excited. I've been preparing these songs. See, for me to get I'm a Malayali speaker, so for me to sing perfectly in Telugu or in Bengali or in Tamil, I have to practice, practice, practice. I've been practicing so much that my throat is completely gone now.
Oh,
So now it's only 12th. So 13, 14, I have 2 days. Gargle,
no
shut up.
stress.
So by 15th, I should be able to manage, I hope. Let's see.
In any case, I hope you feel perfectly fine and I hope you take care.
Yeah.
And we're all super duper excited, like I
The,
said, and
the
can't
doc,
wait.
I spoke to my doctor and doctor said, no, you have to gargle with salt water. I said, "You and complete voice rest." I said, okay, so 15, 16, I'll come and sit and just
The
complete voice
pearls
rest.
will drop from here and there. So,
Yeah.
so
Let's,
nice. So, I mean, that's also, I've seen you in real stressful ailments. Also, you've come and given 100%, the
so
really high work ethics. So, thank you
let's
for
see.
that.
I
So,
hope.
thank you so much. And
Thank you.
thank you for inspiring
And
so many of us in so many ways.
And thank
And
you. I mean, thank you. I mean, each person who organizes something, who invites us, has their own value. But the absolutely professional and gracious way you have been doing things, now it's been 4, 5, 6, 7 camps, at least more than 7 probably you'd have done, no? So it's unbelievable support you've given. And there are so many students who attend sessions organized by you and by somebody else also, and they find the way you interact with them, and you say, okay, we'll give you a video, means next day video is ready. So that kind of very very professional way you do is very very nice. Since I am an organizer myself, I, I know how many things go behind organizing something. It's not like, okay, sir, can you give a class? Okay, I come and I do. It's not like that. So many angles are there, financial also. And this time, especially, since you have ambitiously chosen a very high-end location, despite my asking you many, many times not to. So, so much of expenses involved, and it's not a joke, not easy. But then, on the other hand, I'm happy that if we do a Carnatic thing, means then it'll be like, let's say Venkateshwara boarding and lodging. No, Trident. So to take Carnatic music up to, as a not fusion, the actual Carnatic music to a certain level, it needs a facelift, and I'm very happy to be part of that also, definitely.
you have always been very supportive, probably because you're not just a teacher and a learner and a reformer, you're an organizer yourself.
All right.
So you've been hand-holding right from the very beginning. That
Yeah.
makes it very,
It's
Easy,
like
breeze-like actually.
if you're a good driver, you'll be a good pedestrian also, no, like that.
Yeah. So that is there, and this kind of an event, no, it's not every day that we do. It
Yeah,
is ambitious, yes, but it is also purpose-driven because we all have a limited lifespan. We all are ordinary people. So
yeah,
the little things that even if you make a ripple effect, probably a little facelift once at least, maybe it may bring in a small change.
yeah.
So that's the intent. And your milestone also is commendable. So we'd love to, it's a privilege to be a part of it. So
Thank you. My
thank
pleasure.
you for that.
My pleasure.
Thank you for considering us here and
I
and spending
totally my
and
pleasure. Hyderabad. See, even
spending your time and knowledge here. So
even
that's actually a privilege.
see, even song selection. Now there's Tamil, Bengali, Kannada, but Telugu. I chose Swathi Thirunal's Saramaina and a prayer, two Telugus, because
Mhm.
the support and the love I have received from Telugu speakers definitely has its own flavor. I meet a person in Madras or Trivandrum or Bangalore airport. Somebody comes and says, "Oh, I love your videos so much." And then I'll ask, "Are you Telugu?" Yeah, yes. Oh, yeah, I know. No? So, because maybe they're happy to hear their beautiful language spoken or sung correctly when so much of Carnatic music is full of Telugu songs which are mashed up like that.
Italian of the East.
Yeah, it's every language actually. Telugu, Bengali, Farsi, Greek, these four languages I was attracted to just by hearing them when I did not understand a single word. I can see why. But now when I sing Tunbam Nergayil, for example, Tamil is so beautiful.
Beautiful.
So every language, if you feel it is not beautiful, then you don't know it the correct way. If you learn it the correct way, every language has its own beauty and the material. Material, as I said, Purandaradasa, not only Purandaradasa, there are the entire Dasa Parampara in Karnataka. What they have left behind, oh my God. We just make a little effort and use our own brains and explore these things. It's so amazing. We don't need these capsule form uh, social media wisdom doled out by the new age gurus with their
No need
international.
for WhatsApp University either.
Yeah, for everything, they have this very polished way of kuti kuti nuggets of wisdom. Mostly ideas taken from other people, but passed off as their own thing. But these real Mahanubhavas from the past, how much they have left behind is
Absolutely.
unbelievable, immeasurable.
And you are also such a great individual, bringing it to people like us who wouldn't have been exposed otherwise. So thank you for that.
It's my pleasure.
And and thank you for agreeing to speak with this
Uh,
kind of
Croaking voice,
so
yeah.
so.
So,
Thank you so
so see
much,
you,
and
see
see you
you
soon.
on Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, see you soon.
Okay. See you also. Come. Whoever is watching this video. Yeah.
Yeah.